Any plans for a set list change for the US tour? And this is open to the floor.
Serious question.
They'll tell us, won't they?
Yeah, yes, you guys seem to know everything. You tell us. Well, we're going to play the show we played in Europe because people have to remember that in theory, unless they did a lot of travelling, they're only going to see it once, So we get the show that we think works, the songs that we think are the best kind of mix of the past. Of course, there will always be people that will want, why don't they play that song, why don't they play that song? And we have got one or two songs actually that we could actually bring out that we are rehearsed with, but we want to see how it goes down with the set that we're doing now.
Just a perspective on getting back together after 15 years. You're not the only band, Van Halen, maybe a Led Zeppelin happening. Police, exactly. The fans are big on it, but there have been the odd critic that aren't, and they're using words like wrinkled rockers or whatnot. What's your perspective?
I've been called a wrinkled rocker for many years now. I mean, without the Genesis reunion, nothing is. We never really have been the kind of people to put our faces on the... Well, I have, actually. I've always put my face on the record cover, but, it's kind of... we just do what we do. We kind of have always been running a parallel course to whatever everybody else is doing. And we don't have a new album. I feel remarkably clean, actually. Wrinkled, but clean. Because we're not here for any reason. There's no other reason to do this other than just the fact that we actually want to do it. We want to play together and do these shows and to go out there and see if anybody else wants to listen. We did 25 shows in Europe. We could easily have done 60. Every time we sold a stadium out, we were asked if we wanted to do another night or a third night. Our biggest audience was 500,000 people in Rome. It was a free concert. We probably won't make a lot of money out of the European tour, and I doubt if we'll make any money on this tour. But we won't lose it. We're here just purely because we want to do it, and there's no album, there's no sponsorship. We're just doing it for the right reasons, we think. So, and other bands, not every story is the same. Maybe they are, but I don't know. But, and we've been called far worse than Wrinklies, I can assure you. I've got a scrapbook full of it.
If I read them out and the people can answer them specifically. There's a question for Tony.
Here we go.
I was looking at some pictures of the current show, and is that your old throne from the old rig that was used in the 70s? I guess your seat.
My seat. Yes, I've used the same seat since 1972. It was stolen from the Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra on a tour.
What, you stole it?
Well, I think I didn't.
Don't say who.
It was stolen on my behalf. We stole two, actually, and then someone stole one of them from us.
But you knew about it, is what you're saying.
So I've just got one stool, and yes, it's the same one. It gets refurbished to the top of it occasionally. I don't know what would happen if I didn't have it. It'd be very, very sad. I even had it at Live Earth. It had to fly with me.
Can you describe the feeling that you guys all felt as soon as you stepped on stage for the first time for those concerts in Europe?
Well, I think we were quite nervous. Certainly for the first show we did in Helsinki in Finland. And obviously this show it's quite a sort of special looking show, and it looks best in complete darkness, really. And of course in Helsinki, it never got dark from beginning to end of the show, which is like just a depressing fact about it. But actually once we got on there, I think we felt pretty good after, once you got started, once you played the first couple of songs, got under your belt, it was okay really. And I don't think, you always get a bit nervous before every show. It was a bit extra on that particular one, but we got through it.
Someone noticed on the tour mic that you were using the twin neck guitar. Was this a nostalgia trip, or does it make things easier to play live?
I'm glad you asked that, Nick. Some of the songs, like in the old days, you can't go from guitar to bass, back to guitar to bass again that quickly. So the double neck comes out. This is the new version.
Did you steal it?
No, I spent money for it. Well, no, we spent money for it. Thanks, guys. Organised by Dale Newman, and a couple of guys in Dorking who've got a company whose name I've forgotten, but it's on the guitar. But it's good. Yeah.
You didn't actually build this rig, you stole it. The Stones are missing a rig.
Their workshop is actually in the sort of the cattle shed at the back of a farm. It's a bit dodgy when you drive there, so probably was stolen. Okay. But no, it's fun to play.
French CBC-TV, any particular memories that you guys have of Toronto or Canada that make it stand apart from the other places?
Well, I think what you were saying a minute ago, I think, the point was when we first came to North America, luckily we had a bit of a stronghold here, Montreal, Quebec, and Toronto, thank God, liked us. And America had to sort of grow to bar Cleveland and sort of Philadelphia. It took a long time to go. So I think in a way, we always appreciated the fact that the Canadians had a bit of the French connection too with Europe, had a bit of a sort of affinity for us. And I think in those days, those tours are quite hard. People didn't really know us. So I think having those shows in Canada where you felt they actually liked you was really important. I think we always appreciated that, yeah.
I found probably the biggest interview of the day so far, and
Is that size or?
well, just generally, it wouldn't have happened without you type sort of interview, and that is Tony Smith. Well, welcome to the website, Tony.
Hi Nick, how are you?
Yeah, no, I'm okay. Sort of struggling with my interview day, but I think we're getting along. Now, a question: when did this tour? When did the seed start in your mind?
In my mind.
Well, was your mind the first mind to have it?
In my mind, it's been about 3 years. But it's been a while, just nudging here and nudging there and just waiting for the right moment to pop the question, really. It's a bit like getting married, really, isn't it?
And so how much planning before the tour goes, how much planning before you can actually go on the road?
Well, I started kind of loosely planning things probably, what are we now? We're in September, so probably around January of 2006. You've got to be careful what you let out in the ether until it's fact. I don't like putting rumour out there without following it up with fact. So people speculate far too much otherwise, and on all sorts of things. Plus, you don't really want to expose your hand to everyone out there when you're trying to book venues and do routings and things like that. You've got to just be a bit careful what you're planning.
Right, and are you very happy with how the tour's going?
Fantastic, yeah. I mean, it's been fantastic from an audience point of view. We've had great audiences, and the band are having a great time. And I think it is the best show we've done, actually, visually and musically. I think it's the best one.
Yeah. I agree. I think the show is, every time I watch it, it gets me. It's really quite an impressive production.
It's interesting, actually. I was talking to Patrick Woodruff. We were sitting down at the lighting desk yesterday, just going through this show and just tweaking it. And he said, you know what? Even though we've sat here all through the Brussels rehearsals and the European tour, he said, I don't get bored with this show, which is fantastic.
No, I agree. As I said, it gets me every time. There's some moments where I still think it's fantastic. And the variety of the set is great as well.
Yeah, I think the balance, the variety and the balance is really good, and I think that it's great when you've got the opportunity to be able to do it without having a new album to promote, because it means you can just pick the material you really want to play, and you haven't got to play the new material and do that promotion thing.
Yeah, they seem to be doing it for the right reasons, and I think the band are really enjoying themselves, aren't they?
They're having a great time. I mean, yeah, no, all of them. There's a series of emails between Phil and I, which are just very, very funny. I mean, he's in great form, great humour, and one of these, I might one of these days publish the
I was going to say, are you saving those for your book?
Yeah, who knows? But no, it's been a lot of fun, and it's great. It's great to see him back out there.
Well, I've managed to find Munchie, also known as Brad Marsh, and probably one of the best tan members on the crew. I don't think he spends any time working at all. But anyway, let's ask Munch. What do you do, Munch?
I'm Phil's drum tech. I set up Phil's drums and take care of his equipment and his needs on stage.
And do you put the cat down in front of him, or do you feed?
Indeed, put the cat down and feed him milk every once in a while.
That's good.
Every month, yeah.
Well, thanks for giving us a few moments of your time. We'll try and catch some other members in a minute. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Well, I've managed to bump into someone that I was keen to bump into, Justin Crew. Tell me about your role.
Well, I'm Tony's keyboard tech, and I've been doing it for a little while with him.
What's your definition of a little while?
This is the third Genesis tour. We did I Can't Dance and Calling All Stations together.
And being a keyboard tech, what does that actually involve?
Set them up, program them, back them up, clean them every now and again.
And I guess some of the fans, big Tony Banks fans, will want to know what keyboards is he playing on this tour?
We've got the main keyboard is the Korg Oasis, a weighted keyboard. We have an old Roland A90 and a Wave Station are the main three that he's playing.
Anything else that's sort of lurking from the past?
Emulator 3s, but everything's in the rack now, so just the main 3 out there.
And has the equipment behaved itself through all the bad weather?
No, they're not designed to be waterproof, and they've proved that point quite admirably.
And how have you managed to keep it going?
We've just swapped them out when they get too bad, and just keep swapping them out until they get soaked, and then just pull them out, swap them over. That's all we can do, really.
Any difference between the European leg and the American leg?
Well, obviously here most of it's indoors, so there's nowhere near the weather problems. There's only 3 shows that we're going to have that problem.
Well, that's really good. Well, I do appreciate you telling us a bit about Tony's rig and and just sitting next to me and taking the piss. That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. No problem. Speak to you soon.
Well, I promised you some exciting interviews, and I know some of the long-term fans will know this man from a long time. It's Jeff Callingham. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Nick.
And how long have you been working on this tour?
Since about a year now, I guess.
Right. And how long have you been with the band?
27 years, something like that, 28 years.
I know the fans will know your name. You've been on many albums and stuff. Just a couple of questions. What are you doing on the tour at the moment?
I'm doing the Encore series, the official bootlegs of all the shows.
And has that been fun?
That's great fun, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard some. I think they're really good. So it's a good thing to do. The first time the band have done this, isn't it?
It is the first time I've done this, yeah. I mean, we've recorded every single show that they've ever done, but they've never been released. So this is definitely a first for the band and the fans.
Good. I guess you're about ready to set up, so I better let you get on. But thanks very much for your time, Jeff.
It's nice to talk to you, Nick. I'll see you back in the studio.
Indeed.
Here's one of those pelican crossings.
What?
It's all right. They're very much like ordinary traffic signals. Green, amber, red. We have to stop.
Oh, the amber's flashing. What's it mean?
Well, flashing amber means pedestrians have right of way, you see, and we must wait for them to cross.
Oh, well, they've crossed now. Can we drive on?
Yes. When the amber is flashing and the crossing is clear, we can go.
Now tell me again, what's the sequence of lights after the green for go?
Right. Steady amber, then red. Both mean stop, of course. Flashing amber means pedestrians have right of way. But we can go if the crossing is clear. Green means go.